everybody? Just calm down.
Girl, just calm down. Oh yeah, we're flying.
Very dry.
We're flying. Oh guys, we're back. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
So guys, oh wait. So how was everybody's week?
Canned.
Ken.
Mine was lovely. I had a fun-filled weekend. And yeah, how was Mother's Day?
Oh
It was
yes.
fabulous. Yes, mother was celebrated. Mother was spoiled. You know, she's an OG mother. I'm a mother. So I was very respected. I was very loved and spoiled yesterday by my cute little family.
All
So it was
good.
beautiful. Thank
Aw.
you. Thank you.
Well, my Mother's Day was
Jerry.
literally I was attacked on Mother's Day. But yeah, it was crazy. She had to be held back. It was very ghetto.
What?
Girl really tried to fight me. It was crazy. Like this girl tried to fight me.
What
Like
did you
I'm
do to
not
her?
a man that be in the gym every day.
What did you do to her?
Literally nothing. I know I'm not that girl that people believe when I say I didn't do anything wrong, but I legitimately did nothing wrong.
Banter gone wrong.
Banter gone wrong.
That's very messy.
I can't believe you got us out here losing subscribers. That's what.
They talk about me.
We just
Use the subscriber message.
Right. We just had to sit here and beg for them, and you out here pissing people off.
Listen, okay. Whew, all right. Well, guys,
man.
welcome to the Everybody Just Calm Down the podcast. I'm your boy, Po Theory.
I'm unproblematic Jared.
And I'm invisible. So. Invisibility cloak.
Girl, what episode are we on? We're 9 or 10?
10.
10.
All right, guys. So we are here to review Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 10. Interesting episode. I wouldn't say it was a filler episode, but I also would not say that it was. It was what did on our collaboration episode they said it was mid.
Yeah.
Mid. Yeah, now that was mid. Yeah, I would say that was mid. Yeah,
This was
for
mid.
sure. That's for sure.
So we open up the episode with Kelly and her daughter. We find out that Kelly really can't cook like that. Danielle been dragging her waffles for forever.
And I said, listen, and I already said it. Look, they said the food wasn't that good, and we all know I can cook, so it was crazy.
Look, I listened to it on the iPod. The music ain't that great. The waffles ain't that great.
They said, you want honesty as a child. Now that girl ain't lying.
Hello. She basically talks about like how she has a great relationship with her Chloe's father, but obviously with the crazy man, not that great of a father. I mean, not that great of a relationship. Mm-hmm. I would also venture to say not that great of a father if you're threatening the mother of your children.
Yeah.
And whatever else he did during the marriage.
Right.
Randomly selling G-Wagons. Apparently, I did kind of like how they tied in. I mean, which we'll see further later on in the episode. They made a point to highlight that she won the house in the divorce, and then she then goes on to see Angela. I thought that was we've been dragging production when it comes to editing, but I thought that was really cool how they tied that storyline in together.
Right.
I thought that was cute.
No, that was cute.
So moving on to like why?
Yeah,
that was literally my note. Why? That's literally my note.
Right, like why?
No, why?
Like what?
No, why?
Why?
What is he doing on camera?
He is literally the antithesis to how we feel about Kenya not getting a confessional. Every time I see Ralph not connected to Drew, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Make it make sense. So Shamea randomly meeting Ralph is like,
it's not random.
It's not random. It's not. And then the way that they try to play when Porsha shows up, the way they try to play it, like, oh, Porsha just showed up. Porsha showed up. She had to get mic'd. She had to wait to go into a scene. Like, there's a whole production behind this. That's not making it seem like she was just walking down Peach Street and said, Is
I'm gonna
that
stop at this
Shamia?
place.
Right, is that Shamia's car in valet?
Because you ain't just
Like
text
that's
me,
not
girl.
happening. Right.
First of all, can I just say Peter Thomas is somewhere punching the air because
He look,
this is who he always just knew he was going to be. He
but
said,
they
"How the
say,
hell? How the hell I'll get this?"
what they say? Peter walked so Ralph
Could
can
run.
run.
Yeah,
Right.
he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Patricia.
did.
Patricia.
Patricia.
Patricia. Um,
Ooh. Mm.
like I found it really interesting. And again, like Danielle had said on the mashup last episode, that can't come around my man because I was just watching her energy. Porsha is just sex.
She just exudes sex. She got
It's
it.
not her fault. It's not her
Yeah,
fault.
it's not her fault.
Even when he made the comment about like, well, you and Drew used to be like this, and she went like, it's like this. I said, I know his dick got hard.
No.
Just that little touch.
Yeah.
Just that little touch.
Did you see when the first initial hug? Because first of all, it was the hug in general was weird. Because first of all, that the butt is so high. The butt is so high. So you gotta hug at the top. So he was like trying not to be that close, like stomach and chest, like because it's too much. And like Porsche can't never come near my man.
Hello.
Mm-mm.
And I think guys, I really feel like I'm about to be on a Shamea hate train from like now until the rest of the season. I'm sorry.
Why come?
Because one, I don't like a bone collector that puts sauce on. I don't like that. Give it to me straight. And Shamea has given multiple examples of how she likes to put sauce on things and then it not be actually what she said or how she said it. Porsha brings up the text message between Drew and Dennis. I don't agree. I don't agree that Drew is trying to do that. I see Porsha trying to push it, but that's a lot. Like, but what did Angela say later on in the episode? Booty for beats?
Booty for beats.
Like that. Like, that was a lie. I don't like. We're not giving Drew that. Like, come on.
No,
like,
and I don't even think it's just
serious,
Porsche because I feel like Dennis would also try to push it as well.
Right.
I think it's both of them. Yeah.
Yes. What would you go ahead? Go ahead.
Let me just say, listen, I don't put anything past anybody. But what I'm saying is
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't put anything past anybody. I don't think the message was blatant like if we could do this, can we get exchanged? But I don't put it past Drew trying to throw something at him, thinking that she's going to receive something back in her favor. I don't put that past her.
I just feel like if she was gonna do all that, like if I'm gonna do that, it's gonna be a producer that got a fucking Grammy to your name, not no amateur producer.
But you can't. But this is the thing, though. You may not be able to get you. That may be too loud. You already know that. You already know that nigga gonna tell.
Yeah, I'd rather. But no. But this is the thing. I'd rather the super producer run his mouth than Dennis running his mouth. Because there's not only is there an ick factor, but there's also like a moral clause that is being broken here, where she is messing with your homegirl's baby daddy. So I actually would prefer for her to do this with mustard or somebody like that. I don't know, like who knows?
I would no. If when you guys put it into that perspective, okay, yeah, I take back. But I still don't put it past her that it could have happened. But
no,
when you put it in that perspective.
Agreed. But then of course, like we just alluded to when they talked about when Porsha said she even talked about my daughter, and Drew and Ralph was like, "What do you mean she talked about her daughter?" And I felt like in that little bit of moment, he felt like, "All right, now I know I'm at odds with this, but that's not her. Yeah. She not going like he was incredulous. Like he was like no, like he was really shocked.
He was shocked
at that. And so when she regurgitated what was said, even Shamea couldn't even stand it in that moment. She did not really go against it, but she didn't stand it in the way that you know that Porsha was basically throwing it up or whatever the case may be. But then they bring up the whole divorce of it all, and Ralph says he filed for divorce because Drew had an affair with Ty, and we find out that Ralph says he's never cheated on her. So no one believes that. No one believes that.
Did we know about the but did we know about the tie situation though? Was I the
Yeah,
only
on
one that
last
was shocked?
season.
It got brought up at the end of last season, but they
No,
kind
but
of
Yeah,
I'm
the
brushed
end
up.
of last season.
but
Yeah,
they brushed it off
they
though.
kind of
We
brushed
didn't
over. Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't really see anything except for that clip that they showed. That's the only thing I ever saw with her and Ty. So when he said it so willingly, it brought me back to the divorce and why he wants the proceedings and all the records to be unsealed.
But I feel like it was more. But we had more than that because Ty was in a movie with. Wasn't Ty in the movie with Candy? That's
the,
how she met.
the one they did in Candy's house.
Yeah, that's how she
Didn't they
met
have
Ty, right?
that little sexual scene? Is that the one?
Yeah, like I could have sworn that's how we knew. So it was a little bit more than just that scene.
I see again. I feel like again, production did not show
Also
that.
years ago though, but that was also like we haven't had a Real Housewives of Atlanta season in forever. So y'all not remembering it, of course, like that makes sense to me because that was so long ago.
Drew was
Um,
nobody at that point. Well,
can
still
y'all
not.
explain to me the how Porsha was able to Professor Xavier the whole thing with Shamia at that table when she said no. I don't think that she was upset the fact that you were having my back. Porsha said I think it was more so the fact that you were sitting there laughing and allowing this thing to happen. And it was like, Porsha, you low key reading yourself, but also reinforcing what Angela is actually why she actually has a problem with Shamia. I thought that was masterful.
Yeah,
And then they started going back and forth. And I'm like, Shamia, you are. I kept hearing Danielle's voice in my head the whole time I'm watching the episode. I can't stand nobody that fight for a friend. I can't stand. That's all I can
Because
hear.
what really grinds my gears. Cause I ain't never. What you mean you don't? Oh, you don't want this? No. Cool. Who?
Ciao.
And I left her ass with that bill.
But then she does say, when after they get into that little argument or whatever the discussion was, Shamia says in her confessional that Porsha never asked her to defend her. She
yeah.
just defends her. That's just the type of friend she is.
I believe that though.
I believe it too, but it's gonna bite her.
It
Oh,
already is.
but it has. It has.
It's always gonna bite you in this situation because somebody will always be able to respond back to you and say, "I didn't ask you to do that." And what
Right.
can you say in response? Well, you right. You didn't. And so then we move on to Angela and Kelly. Oh God. I'm still not liking Kelly. I'm still not liking Kelly at this point.
She's just there.
Yeah.
She's so tiny.
Hello. So Kelly comes in and she basically says she feels bad about what she said about the alleged baby. I will say this. One of the things that I dislike about the production team when it comes to people's businesses and things like that, everybody knows real estate, unless the house is at the point where it's completely done, there's always going to be things that need to be done. The pool is not going to be fully fixed or set up or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So I didn't like how the production was making it seem like Angela didn't know what she was doing, and then Kelly playing into that. That was actually a very nice property for the work that they
beautiful.
had gotten done so far. That was
Yeah.
very nice. And Jared, I don't know if you caught it, but the sky view before they went into it, I was like, the sky view showing the old like the subdivisions. I was like, oh, this is old Atlanta. It felt very much so like old Atlanta, like the subdivision sky view. It like felt very nostalgic.
The house was gorgeous, but go. I'm sorry, Jerry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. Well, I don't know. You might have been saying the same thing I was about to say, but I said the house wasn't giving $3 million to me.
Well, that's so. I was getting ready to say that. I was going to say I didn't see 3 million in an Atlanta housing market. I also don't know where the property is located, so location does mean something. So you would pay the 3 million if it was Buckhead or whatever. You know what I mean, or whatever area else it is out there that's a nicer area. But what I was gonna say is Angela actually threw that shade right back when Kelly came and she said, "Well, you only have 3 walls right now, so
Oh, she
you're
want
in."
4?
What? So at the end of the day, the both of it, I feel like it was a cute scene. What my concerning part is, though, not that the house was worth 3 million. My concern is why Kelly was so scared of that lady. Kept complimenting her and like
Yeah,
very weird. Like I'm scared.
it was an awkward. To me, it was an awkward scene because it felt like this is a scene we should have got like episode 2. Like I'm like, have y'all never met before? Like it was a weird conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, well, maybe they haven't filmed a one-on-one scene yet together. I know we haven't seen any one-on-one scenes with Angela and Kelly until now. I don't know if they've actually filmed any, but it just felt to me felt like for us to be more than halfway through the season and them having this weird interaction, like it was their first time meeting, was odd to me.
Yeah.
Just to kind of shoot Kelly some bail, what I think it was is that I think Kelly knew that she overstepped
Mm-hmm.
at the last
Mm-hmm.
time that she met her. Because Kelly strikes me as when I was younger and I would just sometimes like I'm just hyped and I'm just feeling the energy of the room and I say something and I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Like I'll review everything that happened the night prior when I wake up and I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Ooh, it's
Right.
probably gonna be weird when I'm around her. And I kind of feel like that's what kind of she was giving that type of energy.
Yeah.
Because you remember when Angela was leaving Nashville, she was the one that's saying, "Good morning." No, what do you mean? I'm always like this and da da da. Like she feels like she does. She has so much energy, and then she says the things that are is you should not say, and then she
That's
feels
fair.
bad about it. And
No,
I
that's
kind of feel
fair.
like that was the kind of vibe of it. Because even like you
No.
guys just said, when she said, "You look really pretty." No, I'm not just saying that. I'm really mean it. Like I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you." Kelly feels bad about that because
Yeah.
again, like we all said on the mashup, sweetie, you got a lot going on, ma'am.
Yeah. You should have never said that.
Relax,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Mm.
And so then obviously the baby situation comes up, and Angela basically gives the whole rundown of the story. Danielle, shut up. She basically gives the whole rundown of the situation of the baby, and admits that Charles did cheat at one point. And yeah.
Yeah.
They,
It started this. I appreciated her being a little more quote unquote transparent about what actually happened with this
No, put it
conversation
in
with Wendy
quotes.
Williams. It still doesn't add up to me. Because a couple of things. One, I feel like I need to go back and revisit episode 1 where she was naming their kids and go back and revisit that order again to confirm because, like we all mentioned, there was some overlap. Two, her explanation didn't make sense because she was saying that she was referring to her oldest child's father in that situation. But in that context, you're saying that, oh, it's a baby, y'all can work through it, but she didn't stay with him. So I didn't understand how that made sense.
ooh. By the way, I refuse to allow Danielle to be right on this. We're not giving her this about Angela. I'm sorry, we're not.
Oh, and I've been arguing with the girls over a week. I mean, I
Mm.
should have a black eye. The amount of foundation that I've been getting
Sis,
dragged.
I'm shocked that you can still walk around.
Oh,
Actually,
I've
sweetie, by the way, you're the reason that I almost got beat up yesterday. That is how it started.
been
Actually, ma'am, to be very clear, talking about the whole thing
the
or
whole
whatever.
marriage and infidelity. And see, this is the
Okay,
thing. And
Yes.
I
Shamia.
and I got a Gerald. He just ain't got the HVAC money, but I got a Gerald though. I got Gerald. Now I got that Gerald gonna ride for me. Now that's it. We just don't have Sterling Hall.
Right.
We have Chateau. But anyway, what I will say about this is again, Jared, I appreciate you saying all the things and in a nicer way and a tone that I probably wouldn't have delivered it in. I agree. Why? What do you mean? Like, just be honest, girl. Like, you stood on business. I need to go back to the Wendy Williams episode when it aired, and then let's
Mm-hmm.
go back to the first episode to circle back. Because again, can you guys please run down the children and see how many children they have, please? I'm not making it up.
Okay, we're not about to keep dragging Angela. So let's move on a little bit. So then Angela decides to drop the bomb that Shamia confided in her about the lopsided friendship. And the only thing that gags me about that whole situation was Kelly's confessional when she equated Shamia and Portia's relationship to her and Brit's relationship. And she called Brit her bestie.
Bessie,
What? Even if they hadn't fallen out, even if we did not have the knowledge of them falling out, y'all just
we
met, ma'am. Like,
we
let's
never
cut
saw
this
y'all in them
out.
streets.
Ever. Like, come on now. And if y'all was that close or whatever the case may be, y'all would not have fallen out over whatever y'all about to fall over about. fall out about? Like, I'm confused. But go ahead. Anybody? You good?
Exactly.
Well, what a great segue into Brit and Mike.
Woo! I think I felt it coming on. That's all.
Right, exactly. So,
They have
Brit.
such an interesting relationship.
Okay, so I do appreciate the fact that Mike is getting more involved. He seems to
Mm-hmm.
be finding his way on camera. He's asking questions. He's drinking matcha.
Green milk.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Something is up with this Sherry sister. This lady is probably something is.
Yeah.
She's off.
We said that, dog.
I'm gonna shoot Mike some bill. He's only going off of what Brit tells him. So
Yes.
his responses and how he defends her is solely based off of what he tells her. So when Brit says Angela can't take accountability because when you bring up her mess, she gets quiet. Sweetie, that's literally the opposite of what happened to you at the Bailey Q, sweetie.
Yeah,
you brought up her mess and she annihilated you, sweets. Let's be very clear. She didn't get quiet. She didn't dodge accountability, sweetie. She ate you up.
Miles on your mouth.
Hello?
It's like I don't know what kind of world she lives in. I kind of want to visit for like an hour just to see. Like,
hello? Once a month.
I'm like, girl, where do you be? What do you see? What do you hear? It's so different from what actually happened.
Where you be is crazy. Where you be? Like, where? Yeah. No, literally. Where do you be? Because I want to go there. It's called Planet U. It's Planet U because that only knows herself. That was crazy. You just got ate up and you said Angela was quiet. What? Okay, ma'am.
You were quiet after she said that.
Right.
Hello. But Mike says he reached out to her sister, and Brit is shocked by that. And then Brit has, and this is another thing. Again, more to her Planet Brit, where she says, "Well, she does play the victim."
And we now know in the forward and jumping forward when they sat down that girl's actually that the sister is crazy, but again, not hang yourself for the truth. It's crazy. No, because it's crazy. We now know that the sister's like, no, you're playing two different stories to two different people. That's what Brit does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. You're making it to your sister seem like, oh, your husband doesn't let you do anything. You need his permission. Where on the other hand is, I'm believing Mike. He ain't checking for you.
Wait, great point, because that is exactly what we talked about. Blaming it on people.
Yes.
Yeah, like she is playing both sides. Well, Mike don't let me out. Well, my sister played the victim. She's playing both sides of it, and which is only going to cause them to.
They ate each other. They were literally talking about her the whole time, and they were like, "Yeah, no, this is actually not it. I'm not checking for her." Right. And she was like, "It was weird." Anyway, that whole family dynamic is weird.
Mm-hmm.
No facts. So then we move on to, ain't no way, shape, or form I would invite a woman that has threatened to my husband to my home. So she has to come to a property of ours. And let me be the first to tell you, I agree. Angela, I'm sorry. Danielle, I'm sorry. You got to give her things. Angela is running this season. I'm sorry. She is a major bone collector, and she is a bone collector in a way of where it's not messy. Even though the intent is it's a messy show. So the intent is to be messy, but in how she does it in a way of almost like she's a therapist. When a person says they want to fix it, they want to figure it out, and you be like, girl, right. I almost feel like you want to fix it.
I believed her when she said that. No, I was first of all, let me just be the first to tell you, I know that she's not my favorite, right? This episode was my favorite episode of Angela. I was like, okay, girl, when you were really you really got to the nitty gritty. And I appreciated her saying that because I agree with Angela 100%. There's no way in hell you coming to my house. But also fast forward to even talk about even being at the house. I knew that daughter was a lesbian.
Bitch, it's in my notes. Danielle's in my notes. Is it? I said literally, and Danielle, you were right. You clocked it. It's
I'm a
in my fucking
pillar.
notes.
I'm a
You are a
pillar
pillar in your
in my
community, honey.
community. I know the girls. Okay.
Girl,
Yeah.
I said it took everything in me not to text you. I was like, we about to
Mhm.
talk in 30 minutes. Aaron, you can keep it to yourself. But you were correct. You did clock it. You clocked it. When she said she, I said, not the she.
Can call me
Okay.
mother.
She has a very nice partner.
Hello. But yeah, so Porsha lets us know in her confessional when she first gets there that she's always liked Angela. And when she first met Angela, she thought Angela was a bad.
Yeah.
And I would say that we all agree.
Mm-hmm.
Her nose is getting better and better throughout the season. Are y'all
The
noticing
face looks
that?
good. No, the face looks good.
That
Yeah.
Botox.
Hello?
It
Hello?
started to simmer. Yeah, no.
Like it blew her up for a little bit, and then like hopefully, actually, I probably need to DM Angela and say, "Girl, whenever the reunion is, get your Botox 6 weeks out, so that way by the
At
time the reunion
least.
It's
comes,
settled in.
it's settled in
Yes.
real nice."
Holla now, bitch.
How look now, bitch? Cause you could never.
You was looking crazy. But look how I look now, bitch. You can't. You look much better. Big face, small face. You can't sit with me, honey.
What you say? Fix a flat. Shots, not shots. Come here. And Andy jumping up in that scene like Sheree was gonna fight Candy. Like Andy, I get it. You got PTSD, but this ain't that crew. But anywho, child, the way that was him up, shots but not swats but not.
Never, honey. Never. You always talk about butts, not shots, not or whatever.
Candy cannot get that out, child. But like we said, Porsha asked if that was the married girl. Like we said, Danielle clocked that. She is a lesbianic. Nice old kitty clicker.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a new one. She's a kitty clicker.
Oh, wow.
Porsha tells Angela that she went to dinner with Ralph and Shamea and told Angela about the text message. Apparently, Drew was trying to have sex with Dennis, which no one believes. That's gonna be the title of this episode. Like the caption on the maybe should that be the caption on the thumbnail? Booty for beats.
Booty for beats. Yeah.
With the question mark, booty for beats.
Booty for beats.
Porsha brings up the fact that Drew talked about her child. Oh, I also want to backtrack. I love the fact that Angela was like, I don't know, this don't sound right. I don't believe that that's the case. Like she knows that that's not the case, and she still stood 10 toes down when it came to Porsha about that. Like, girl, if you want to be treated differently, but you out here over here filming with her husband,
that
going
was
through a
weird.
divorce or not, like let's be clear. Excuse me.
Jesus.
I was like, girl, what was you doing a beer? What was you drinking a beer?
No, I was sucking a ghost. Okay.
Oh. Sweetie.
Yeah, mind your business.
What? Wait, because where you be? What planet are you on? Where you be?
Whatever, girl. Whatever. I ain't got time. But Porsha brings up the fact that Drew talked about her child, and Angela corrects her again. Angela not just being messy for the sake of the show. It's like, no. That's actually not how it went. And I loved how Porsha received that. What I am getting from Porsha, I want to retract the statement that I made about how Porsha is kind of allowing herself to be sunned by Angela. I think Porsha has always been so comfortable being a number two. And I think that Angela is coming in like an OG. And Porsha is naturally falling into her position as being a number two to an OG. It feels very natural for her to be in that space. And Angela is giving, I've been here. I'm not going nowhere.
And you know what? Just to piggyback off of that, we know that Portia really doesn't do well with the younger girls in general. She flocks towards a woman of a particular age. She does. She does. She really flocks to them all. It was a certain level of respect that she has there.
Yeah.
And I think
that's
that's what it comes down to. That's why she would never. That's why she told Brit to lower herself when they were taking the picture at Pampered by Porsha. Like she can actually do the Kellys, the Brits, the Drew. She can do them, but it's a person like Angela, it's more seasoned, it's more mature.
Right. And I do like, so she did say, so Angela did correct her, like, that's not how it came across. And Porsha took that and was like, oh, okay, I'm okay. I'm glad to hear that. And I think it's like one of those things too, where you're hoping and praying that that girl did not say that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that type of energy on the show. I don't want to have to go at you like this if you actually did say something like that. And then Angela lets her know that how Shamea feels about how the friendship is, that it's very lopsided and things like that. And Porsha gets emotional. And I felt for Porsha in that moment. Because I feel like, even if you are being a bad friend, if you're not saying that I'm being a bad friend and you're not holding me accountable, how can I know? Right. And so Porsha's like going through all this stuff and she's super emotional about it. She's like, damn, I can't keep a man. And now I'm being a bad friend too. And she's telling these newbies like that.
The number one thing is you're telling a stranger that has nothing to do with this friendship. So the fact that you're telling a complete outsider this is if you're telling an outsider this much information, what are you truly feeling? Because I know you. I think that's what really set in on her heart, because now you're really my friend 30 plus years. Like I know you and you know me. Yeah, that was messed up.
I would say it's like the Cynthia effect. When you try to keep it cute and you try to keep everything copacetic, you try to play the middleman, everybody gonna come and get you. Everybody's gonna eat you up. You have to speak. You have to say how you feel about a person. But so then we fast forward to Drew and Dr. Ken, and then we fast forward to Pampered by Porsha's event. Yeah, because there's nothing to be said.
Literally nothing.
Lundy, rest in peace.
Miss
it
Lundy.
Is rough to see people on screen and know that they're not there anymore or not here anymore. That's very rough. I don't know if y'all caught Brit in that red fishnet look when she was walking in, but then the mic pack was inside of the back, so you can see the mic pack on top of her botch beep. Yuck.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'll have to rewind that.
You don't need to, sweetie. It's not a good look. You don't
I didn't get
see that,
either.
sweetie.
I didn't get either her or Kelly's looks. Like that was their little stylist did a lot that day.
Now, why she had the wings on?
Yeah, I was confused by all of it.
But then she was in a thong teddy outside of the wings.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe she goes Victoria's Secret.
Let me be the first to tell you. That girl be in these clubs, and if I happen to find myself in a gay club in Atlanta and she having a growing process, I am not saying nothing negative about that tall white queen. That's the most negative thing I can say. Oh, I can't say that. I'm gonna delete that part for our followers. Jesus Christ,
we love our.
Whew, Lord Jesus.
Got the bed for more subscribers.
Second by second.
Right. Hello. I just look. It's just like the moment I start begging for them, I'm like, well, let me find ways to get rid of them.
But like you keep answering, you keep saying, "Why won't you guys subscribe?" And you're literally answering your own question as we record.
This is why, bitch, unfollow and recording the page.
It's like, oh, and he no. But yeah, Drew again being a child star, being one of the girls that has been in the business for a while. She said, "Now wait a minute. We taking photos? Are we just taking photos for the show? Or are we taking photos with Pampered by Porsha? Because I didn't sign up for this." And I know that's right. Sweets. She was 100% on that. I agree with her 100%.
Yeah, no, that was a fact. And here goes Cynthia. Cynthia, her plate was full. Wasn't she shooting the whole time? I was like, go ahead, Cynthia, get your little snacky snack.
Right. Again, I was like, oh, I know Danielle got real irritated by this. When Shamea was like, oh, well, I'm the maid of honor. Let me get my little solo photo. I said, oh my gosh, Shamea, Jesus Christ, get off her clit. Get off of it.
Just bring her in.
We know it's left Porsha's body already. Get off of her.
Girl, why do she keep doing that? You got that fine chocolate husband with all that money, them beautiful babies.
That was a lot.
You sitting in there and Sterling.
That was a lot. That was a lot. I feel like everything that you said prior to the house was a lie. You said that fine chocolate husband. Fine is very strong for Gerald. Gerald is not a bad looking man, but fine is crazy. And I'm the person that has a horrible taste, people tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I may be gassing the fine
Girl,
part.
you.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
What I'm saying is,
Lord.
you got that chocolatey black man who is worshiping the ground you walk on. I don't know why the hell you care about what Porsha is taking a picture of. I wouldn't give a damn. You better get in that elevator and go to your closet. I don't give a damn. But never care about no damn Porsha. What?
Now, Kelly pulls Shamea aside and lets her know that Drew was calling her a lapdog, and that she also dropped a bomb that Angela got together with Porsha and basically ran her mouth about everything. Now, again, this is another example of how Angela is a very true and fair bone collector. Angela did not put no stank on it. Angela did not add anything to it. Angela was very clear. These are the things that Shamea has an issue with. And everything that she said she had an issue with, we all agree that that's what the relationship looks like, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't really, but of course you got to understand that Porsha doesn't know what we know as a viewer. So I can kind of, she's been on the show a long time. She know when a bone come back, it may come up a little bit messier. And so obviously that gets Shamea upset. She's, about to lose her shit. One of the things that I wanted to bring up, and this is what I always say about certain people, certain types of people. The girls that be like, oh, I'm into Zen and meditation, they are the ones that got the most hell in their lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Lauren talking about, no, we want all this positive energy. You was over here laughing when she said she's gonna f this girl husband. I don't want to meditate. I don't want to do no deep breathing with you, sweetie. I don't like how you move through life because you can't even hold your people accountable, girl.
Was Lauren there for? I don't think Lauren wasn't there for that, was she?
Yes, she was. She was leading the meditation.
Yeah.
No, I mean about.
Oh, in Nashville?
Yeah.
No, when she on the episode. Oh, we didn't do that. You weren't there on the episode when we did the review. She was there in that one of the scenes.
At the dinner,
regurgitating everything
about
what happened, and she was just like, egging her on and laughing about it. And it was just like, that's not, again, the same way that Angela feels a way about Shamea is the same way I feel about Lauren. Like, hold your girl accountable. That's not okay for her to say.
That's fair.
If you love her.
Yeah.
So when they start the meditation, Shamea was not here for it. They said, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Shamea said, I am not laying back with these demons.
First of all, and ain't nobody laying back on them. She wasn't laying back on them girls. You crazy as hell. I wouldn't lay back either.
It looked like she had already laid on them.
Oh,
now
she's sitting there looking stupid, just in there staring, looking around. I was like, girl, just lay down and shut the fuck up.
Jared!
It was so extra. I was like, girl, please. And her hair looked dumb. It was just annoying me.
Go off. Now you see, y'all better eat this motherfucker up. I'm telling you that right now. They better.
Wow. And not Porsha shushing her.
Yeah, that was weird.
Porsha, shh. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, because you act like you didn't know who was talking. We was all in close proximity to each other. So you actually heard my tone of voice. Now, right then and there, that would have been a fight.
But apparently, so then Shamea just kind of loses it, in my opinion, and they start going back and forth, bringing up the whole situation with Angela. And again, Angela is just basically standing 10 toes down, like, nah, like, you got this all on your chest. I think you should get it off your chest, and I'm giving you the push to do it. And Porsha drops the bomb that the reason that she didn't come to the wedding was because they had fell out or weren't talking. Mm-hmm. If I fall out with you, this is a question for y'all. If me and you fall out, right? 2 months before my wedding, you were invited. Are you still coming to my wedding?
I will hope that we would have a conversation prior to, but it will still be my plan to come.
But what I'm saying is, we know that their friendship, they didn't like fall out.
Right.
It was probably still like, hey, like, like a random little conversations here and there, but it wasn't like at the same level. I feel like if we friends like that, you still coming to my wedding. Like, I'm gonna hit you up like maybe like 2 weeks before. Like, I know you still coming to my wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I want you there. Like, you gotta come.
At the same time, too, with all due respect to the other cultures and traditions, I'm only coming to one wedding. Like this 2-3 wedding thing is like no.
Jer, please. You're not doing the multi-day ceremonies?
No.
Well, I know you ain't asked me. And don't.
No, we know you ain't going.
No damn well I ain't going.
But anywho, Shamea was actually very crushed by that. She was shocked that was the reason. She thought Porsha just
Which was
didn't want to
weird.
fly or whatever. Right, it was weird when she first said it because that was the whole scene when Carmen and Candy was, laughing the whole time they was having that whole breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And my last note for this scene, for the episode was Angela is really moving this show along.
Yeah.
Like she is really
she's working now.
Honey.
She's working the camera. And like I said, this episode was one of my favorites. Like I said, I still don't know how I feel about her all the way 100, but this episode I was like, no, I actually can see why the people like her.
I also too want to point out that when the season first started or before the season aired, Porsha said several times that production was really hands off with them this season, and they kind of just on their own, just doing their thing. So with that being said, you would assume that Angela's just doing this on her own.
That's fair. And she just honestly, I appreciate a bird standing on business. I appreciate her calling herself Big Bird and calling the next girl Snuffleupagus. So I appreciated that. I appreciate Snuffleupagus.
Enough!
So it's time for our favorite segment of the show, and that is
Everybody just calm down.
Girl, just calm down. So guys, I mean, I've been dragging a girl this whole episode. I don't really think I dragged her, but it wasn't the most positive. I'm gonna have to say, Shamea, you need to calm down, sweets. Shamea, you need to calm down. I, as a person that has been in that position so many times before, where I have such issues with someone and I am telling everyone else about the issue, but not actually going to the person. And when you behave in that way and you operate in that way, that person that you have been not dogging out, but just telling your feelings about, they end up getting the upper hand because they can easily say, well, how could I change anything that she never told me about?
Right.
And you basically set yourself up for that. You're giving Porsha an out, essentially. And carry a bone back the proper way. That's all.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would also have to agree with Shamea. I've been in this situation before with friends. I understand that, having tough conversations with your friends can be hard, but if you're that close with like, you should be able to tell them how you feel. And if you have an issue, you need to let them know. Like, holding your stuff in and just trying to let stuff ride is not helpful to anybody in any relationship. So speak up.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad.
I was about to say, perk up, Buttercup. He said, speak up.
Yeah, you see? Whoa, very aggressive. Well, my everything should just calm down because it's not a person.
What is it?
The thing that needs to calm down are Portia's pampered sheets. At the end of the day, you know why? The whole line needs to calm down. Because that event that she thrown was for lingerie, but she's selling sheets. I was confused. And then when they did that one group picture, she had Shamea throw that one little box of sheets. We never saw what they looked like. Are they 1,000 count thread? Like, we never got any details on the sheets. It was only
They're
the lingerie.
1,500.
Did we get that?
It was on the little package. I saw it. I did hear the sheets were good. I know someone that bought them.
I have heard that the sheets were good.
But where they at Bloomingdale's?
Somewhere, wherever they sell Karen's candle.
So honestly, to be honest with you, the line Pamper by Porsha, I think needs to calm down because the event did not match. The wellness and bed sheets are not hitting for me. So I'm sorry, sheets, you have to calm down.
So basically, it's like,
and the music ain't that great. I listen to it on the iPod.
Basically.
Hello. Well, guys, it looks like that was the end of our lovely Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Thank you for tuning in to the Everybody Just Calm Down, the podcast. Subscribe, hoes. Like, run up if you ain't subscribing. For real.
Like, that'll get them, I'm sure.
Yeah, subscribe. I'm kidding.
Please.
Yeah, right. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in every week as we enjoy engaging with you guys.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.